How the U.S. Air Force recycles dying giant aircraft at the Boneyard, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona. In the vast, sun-scorched expanse of the Sonoran Desert, thousands of massive military aircraft sit silently in perfectly aligned rows. Strategic bombers, heavy airlifters, aerial refueling tankers, and legendary fighter jets, once symbols of American air dominance, now rest at a place known worldwide as the Boneyard. Officially designated as the 309th Aerospace Maintenance and Regeneration Group, AMARG. This facility represents the largest aircraft storage, regeneration, and recycling center on Earth, operated by the United States Air Force. A graveyard that still serves national power. Despite its grim nickname, the Boneyard is far from a simple aircraft cemetery. Each aircraft stored here retains strategic value, either as a reserve asset, a source of critical spare parts, or a candidate for future reactivation. The region's extremely dry climate and hard alkaline soil naturally slow corrosion, allowing aircraft structures to remain intact for decades with minimal degradation. From active service to desert storage. When an aircraft reaches the end of its frontline service, it is not immediately scrapped. Instead, it is flown, often on its final mission, directly to Davis-Monthan AFB. Upon arrival, specialized maintenance crews begin a meticulous intake process. Fuel systems are drained, hazardous fluids are removed, and sensitive equipment is secured. Classified avionics, weapon systems, and electronic warfare components are carefully extracted to prevent any risk of technology compromise. Strict classification and storage categories. At AMARG, every aircraft is assigned a specific classification. Some are placed into long-term storage, preserved in near-flyable condition and ready to be reactivated in times of national emergency. Others are designated as parts donors, providing engines, landing gear, flight controls, and avionics to keep active fleets operational. The remaining aircraft are approved for controlled dismantling and recycling. High-value recycling, not simple scrapping. Recycling a military aircraft is a highly technical operation. Certified technicians follow strict Air Force technical orders to remove components without damaging structural integrity. High-value materials such as aluminum alloys, titanium, steel, and advanced composites are separated, cataloged, and sent for reuse. Even wiring, fasteners, and hydraulic systems are recovered, ensuring that almost nothing goes to waste. Protecting classified technology. One of AMARG's most critical missions is safeguarding sensitive defense technologies. Radar systems, stealth coatings, electronic warfare modules, and mission software are classified as critical national security assets. Before storage or dismantling, these systems are either destroyed, neutralized, or transferred to secure Department of Defense facilities. This process plays a vital role in U.S. counterintelligence efforts. Legendary aircraft in silent formation. Among the silent rows at the Boneyard are iconic platforms such as the B-52 Stratofortress, C-130 Hercules, KC-135 Stratotanker, A-10 Thunderbolt II, and F-16 Fighting Falcon. Though inactive, many of these aircraft remain officially listed as war reserve material, capable of being returned to service if global security conditions deteriorate. Supporting global military operations. Components harvested from the Boneyard continue to support U.S. military operations worldwide. Reconditioned engines, navigation systems, and structural parts are shipped to operational units across Europe, the Middle East, and the Indo-Pacific region. In this way, AMARG functions as an unseen logistical backbone of American air power. From desert storage back to the sky. In certain cases, aircraft stored for years are fully restored to flying status. This complex regeneration process includes structural inspections, replacement of seals and wiring, avionics recalibration, and comprehensive flight testing. Although time-consuming, reactivation costs are significantly lower than producing entirely new aircraft. Environmental responsibility and cost efficiency. AMARG operates under strict federal environmental regulations. Hazardous materials such as oils, fuels, and hydraulic fluids are handled and disposed of safely. Large-scale metal recycling reduces the need for new raw materials, helping lower the environmental footprint of the defense industry while saving billions of dollars in procurement costs. Strategic importance in a geopolitical context. The Boneyard represents more than logistics. It symbolizes America's industrial depth and strategic flexibility. Few nations possess the capability to store, protect, regenerate, and recycle thousands of military aircraft at this scale. In times of crisis, this capability allows the United States to rapidly expand its air power without relying solely on new production lines. Preparing for the future of air warfare. As fifth and sixth generation aircraft such as the F-35 Lightning II and the future next generation air dominance, NGAD, platforms enter service, AMARG faces new challenges. Advanced composite materials, stealth coatings, and AI-driven digital systems require entirely new recycling and preservation techniques. The U.S. Air Force is already developing updated procedures to ensure the Boneyard remains relevant in the next era of air warfare. Not an end, but a new mission. In the silence of the Arizona desert, the Boneyard continues its vital mission. These dying giants of the sky do not simply fade away. They are transformed into resources that sustain America's global air power. Long after their final flight, their legacy continues, reinforcing national security from the ground up as the sun sets over the Arizona desert. The silent rows of aircraft at the Boneyard remain standing, motionless, yet far from forgotten. These giants of the sky may no longer fly missions across hostile airspace, but their role in defending a nation has not ended. Each fuselage, each wing, and each engine tells a story of global operations, strategic deterrence, and technological dominance. Even in retirement, these aircraft continue to serve, providing parts, preserving capability, and standing ready should history call them back into the air. The Boneyard is not a symbol of decay, but of resilience. It is where past power safeguards the future, where yesterday's machines strengthen tomorrow's readiness. In the quiet of the desert, America's air power never truly sleeps. Thank you for watching. If you found this documentary insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth military aviation stories from around the world. Desert.